It is the first of the month, which means we're going to talk about what happened in our local real estate market for the month of April. And I'm also going to remind you about what happened in March and February as well. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So stick around. If we haven't met yet, I'm Melanie VanBuskirk, and I'm glad that you're here with me today to talk about the real estate market here in Northwest Louisiana and talk about the numbers for April and also March and February. We had 579 houses that got listed for sale in the month of April, and that is down from March where we had 618. We had finally seen an increase from February where we were at 491, and now we're back down and we're at 579 is what went on the market for the month of April. We had 381 houses that got acceptable offers on them, so those went to a pending status. And out of that 381, 237 had just been listed in the month of April. Back in March, we had 460 houses that went pending, and 264 of those had also just been listed in the month of March. We had 454 closings that took place, so those are our solds, and that number is down from March where we had 522, and in February we had 416. So we saw a little bit of an increase and then we went back down again. In the month of April, we had 31 houses that expired from the market. And what that means is that they were listed for sale for a certain contract period. Typically, it's going to be a 6-month period. They were listed and lived out the entire contract without selling, so they expired from the market. There are a few reasons why a house will sit on the market and expire like that. It could be that it was initially overpriced, and so it sat for a while on the market. And the longer it does that, you can, of course, do price reductions, bring the price down more and more, but it sort of stigmatizes the home. People begin to think that they can use this factor that the home has sat on the market for a long time as leverage and bargaining and try to get the house for even less and less. So then a lot of times you end up in a deadlock situation because the buyer wants to offer less than the asking price as is when it's already been dropped several times. Because it's been sitting on the market, they want to offer even less. And the seller still needs to net or wants to net a certain amount. They may have a mortgage that they need to pay off. They may not. That's not really our business. But the home is still worth a certain amount, and the seller still wants to get the worth of that house. It has a market value, and we should have just started there to begin with. So it really is imperative to price your house right from the start, not pricing it high and seeing what you can do. Price it right at the market value. That way you actually have room for multiple offers. You have a strong interest in the property, and if possible, you may end up going above asking. But when you price really high, expecting people maybe are going to make low offers, in this market they should not be making low offers. They should be making the offer of the asking price, possibly more, as long as you're priced right. So don't price thinking, well, they're going to offer less, so I'll put my bar up here expecting 10,000 less. You're going to end up stigmatizing the property when that's done. Another reason a house will expire is lack of marketing properly, poor photos, or not giving access to the property. If someone can't get in and see it easily enough, they may just move on to the next home. There are really a number of reasons why a home could end up expiring from the market. Biggest one is generally going to be that overpricing and then stigmatizing. We had 74 properties that got either canceled or withdrawn, meaning they were put on the market and for whatever reason they were taken back off of the market. Back in March, we only had 58 that were canceled or withdrawn. In February, we were at 74. Right now, there are 502 houses available for sale in the entire Northwest Louisiana area. And that is the very lowest number that we have ever seen here, that I have ever seen, and that we have ever talked about. Back in March, we were at 581. That was the lowest. In February, we were at 613. That was the lowest. So month after month, I just keep seeing that the number of available houses that are currently listed and available for sale is just declining instead of increasing like I really want to see it. Something that may affect that and may end up letting us have a little bit of an inventory is interest rates. However, we have not seen that taking much effect so far. People are still buying, and we're still in situations where we're getting asking price, possibly over asking price, and multiple offer situations. So it is still very much so a seller's market. So interest rates, let's talk about that. So last month, Wells Fargo was showing a 4.5% when we talked as their best rate that they could give to the most qualified borrower. Wells Fargo today is at 5.125. And when we talked last month, Rocket Mortgage, they were at 4.375, and today they're at 5.375. Chase, when we talked last month, they were at 4.625, and now today they're at 5.25. So you can see that last time we talked last month, we were at mid fours across the board with all three that we have been talking about, and now we're over 5 with all of them as well. When you are ready to make a move and you want to buy or sell a home, go ahead and contact me, and I'm happy to help you out. I appreciate that you watch. I like seeing your comments and your likes and subscriptions, of course. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other upcoming videos. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.